Hello, people. Welcome back to Beyond the Surface podcast, the podcast where we dive into issues around mental health. I am your host, and I am Taiwo. With me, I have an amazing special guest, and her story is quite peculiar. She battled with stroke at the age of 23. Guys, that's quite a young age, if you ask me. And she's here to take us through that process, share that journey with us, how she survived it and how she's even still dealing with that. So, welcome with me, Enna.
Hi.
Enna, it's so good to have you
You
here,
too.
honestly.
You too.
So, basically, just tell us who is Enna in just a few sentences.
Well, let's see. I am a lawyer.
Oh wow.
Yes, I am. Then I am an author.
Hmm.
In fact, I am launching my second book in February 22nd
Wow.
about stroke.
Oh.
It's a children's book about stroke.
Mm.
I'm here to educate all the children, right,
Wow.
about stroke. There's no need for them to be in the dark, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Then I am a speaker. I speak a lot about stroke, right, to
Yeah.
companies, schools, organizations, and everything. Then I am the founder of My Ability in Disability Foundation.
Hmm.
Yes, I do.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
All right. So, Enna, right? I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yes. Actually my name is Emonina Abinabi Aquara,
Amazing.
but my you can call me Anna.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the
gonna stick with
name.
Enna because I cannot pronounce that. All right. So, Enna, how? So, I just want to ask you,
Okay.
how did you, like, how did it look when you found out that you had stroke, or can you take us through the
When it hit
process?
me.
Or can you just take us the process of, is it like you found out that you actually went to hospital, or was there a medical history that could have happened that, led you to that point of saying, oh, now they're not diagnosed that you have a stroke at the age of 23. How did you do with all of that?
So let me share um my story.
Okay.
When I was 23,
Mm-hmm.
I was always sick.
Mm.
I think I was having pains in my two legs.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't go to the hospital at that time because hospitals for me was expensive,
Mm.
and I wasn't even thinking about it. Right then, I was always dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I can be sitting with you, and 1 minute is like I'm fainting.
Mm.
Right then, on top of that, I was always having headaches. Like a lot of things was going on with me, right? And I finally, mustered some strength and went to the hospital
Hospital.
and gathered some money. I asked my cousins and everything that I'm sick, I need to go to the hospital,
Mm.
right? So they
Mm.
gave me money and I went to the hospital. Now they found out that I had anemia.
Okay.
um I had one infection. I can't really remember. I think sepsis or something. That
Mm.
my white blood cells was increasing and
Oh.
my red blood cells was decreasing. That's why I had anemia,
Oh.
right? Then they asked me to do like a scan, right? And during the scan, they found out that I had deep vein thrombosis,
Oh my God.
DVT. Yeah, you'll be hearing weird names that
Names.
doesn't
Jeez.
relate, right?
Oh.
And I was confused because I didn't even know what DVT means. But that was the cause of my leg pain.
Mm.
Then one moment my hand is paining me, my different parts of
Mm.
my body, right? It was the blood clots that was roaming. So DVT is like the the dangerous blood clots. Its purpose is to roam around till it gets to the lungs.
Oh my
Then
God.
the person is supposed to die immediately. But
Jesus.
that didn't happen.
Thank you, Lord. Because how would I have someone beautiful like this sharing her story with me
Thank
on this
you.
on this episode? Honestly, that's
Yeah,
that's a lot to take in.
exactly. So the hospital
Mm.
did not do proper checkup.
Check up.
Like they
Mm.
didn't do like full body checkup, right? They would have found out the real
No
reason,
reason.
right? All they cared about was my money, Right? They
Mm.
just wanted to know that there's a source. There's a source for this girl,
Mm.
and they they brought one doctor from Lutz. He came and just tapped my legs and what's it called? Prescribed a drug, warfarin or something.
Mm.
Right? Yes. And the very first day that I took it, I fell down. So what really happened is that I had endocarditis, an infection in my heart.
Oh my
Right? I
god.
mean, I'm gonna share everything so you can understand
Mm.
and do better with your health.
Love, yeah.
Right? I had endocarditis, so it was the reason it was sending signals to my
Mm.
body one by one, anemia, DVT, and everything. They didn't know because they
Mm.
didn't do
I mean,
full body
full
checkup.
body checkup.
Yes. So I the first day that I took the warfarin, right? So the infection ruptured and sent a blood clot to my brain. There's a
Mm.
vegetation to my brain, and I had a stroke.
Oh my
Right? I
god.
mean, I'm young. I was dressing up. I was going to celebrity basketball. Right? I
Mm.
don't think they do that anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah. The event with my firm gave me of course I'm a lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was working at a firm. The firm gave me tickets, to go and share. I mean, to go to the place VVIP in case I would get
Connect,
contacts and
contact,
yeah,
network.
network and everything. And me now, I'm very out there. So
Mm.
I mean, who else?
Right.
Yes, so that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And that evening, I was dressing up and I fell down and I didn't know what was going on.
Oh my god.
I'm like, so I couldn't move. They took me to that same hospital. The nurse didn't know what was going on.
God.
So all she did was dump me in the bed upstairs and left.
Oh
So
my
there was
god.
nobody around me. So the next day, my cousins came to take me out of that hospital. They took me to two other hospitals. Both rejected me.
Oh
I
my god.
suspect that they knew what was wrong with me.
Mm. Mm.
But, there's something about stroke. If somebody has a stroke in your front, the moment, like immediately, you should take the person to a hospital to get proper medical attention.
Attention.
There is no first aid.
Oh my.
It's a
Oh my god.
medical emergency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes 4 to 4.5 hours to get proper medical attention, right? If that does not happen, is either the person would die or have permanent disability,
See.
right?
Mm.
So till now, I still struggle with my right hand,
Mm.
right? I really can't use it, so I can't do this, right?
Mm.
Now, um, after two hospitals that rejected me, they took me to another hospital, very popular. Well, they said they didn't have a bed. They did, like, they diagnosed me and told my family that I had a stroke. And
Mm.
just I was not there, but I just imagined the shock.
Shock.
I'm like,
Like,
I'm sure they were like, but she's still young.
exactly, because people, when you hear about stroke, it's about people that are older and the like.
Exactly.
So it's, oh my god.
It's mind blowing.
I'm telling you, it is. It is.
But it happened to me.
Hmm.
So they referred us to the last hospital.
Okay.
That was where I got my treatment. Now I survived after almost 24 hours and 5 hospitals before I could get proper medical attention. That was weird,
Really,
right?
really weird.
Yes, and as I was recovering, I mean, me sitting down and talking to you, right, is a miracle because
It
I was
is.
a vegetable. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I mean, I couldn't remember my mom's name. I couldn't remember faces.
Hmm.
I was just dumb, like a proper vegetable,
Oh my god.
right? Yes, and I remember, when I was recovering at any step in time, I was always excited. I was always, I mean, I couldn't remember my phone password and my laptop password. So
Wow.
obviously I couldn't communicate. So all my friends just rushed in, they were pouring, like they were lost, always coming, my family, everything. So it's always coming to the hospital. I stayed in the hospital for like almost a month.
Wow.
Yes, and then okay, so I'm the only child of my mom. I have half brothers and sisters. So imagine how she would feel.
Feel, yeah.
Like, this is my only eye, like
Yeah.
my only child. What's going on? Will she die? Because they thought that I would die. Like, that's the end, right? She was always thinking. That's another blow that I'm gonna drop, right? She was always thinking, and I was, because I couldn't talk, right? Sometimes I tried to tell her that I will be okay,
Okay.
right? Nothing is going to happen to me, right? But she was always thinking. She didn't listen, right? I mean, I couldn't talk anyway, but
Anyways,
I was just
yes.
using my hand, like, what's up with you? Then she would not cry in my front, but she would go back. She would cry all the way home because the hospital didn't allow people to stay in the.
Stay.
Yes. Now she went down with chronic kidney disease.
Oh
Now,
my God.
yes, I know. Now it was tough. So imagine me going through stroke
Stroke.
recovery. I was fighting to make sure that my mom had the best treatments, dialysis and everything. With me, I was always, I was staying in Lagos and my mom was staying in Warri, right? I'll travel to Warri and take my mom to hospital for dialysis and struggle to pay. I like one time I asked the internet because well what
Yes.
did I do,
Yes. Yeah. True.
right?
True.
But all
True.
my friends, they were contributing for my mom's health. But
So,
guess
so,
what?
so sorry to cut you short. Is it that was that before your stroke or after? Oh
After,
my
so
God.
they're thinking she was shutting down her body gradually, and she didn't know, right? And but when the deed was already
Indeed
done,
done.
it was too late. When she saw me and looked at me and said, so like this, my daughter would survive, but it was too late for her. Now 3 years after the stroke, my mom died
I'm
of
so sorry.
chronic.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I believe that I'm making her proud in
Yeah,
heaven,
definitely,
right?
definitely you are.
Yes,
You are.
I am.
Wow, so that's a lot to take in. You saying that after your own predicament, you having a stroke and then your
My
mom
mom.
and all of that. So, as a 23-year-old, then how did all of this affect you mentally?
Well, it was a lot, and it's still a lot, right? Um, I when it happened, there was a little, still little voice, right, that was telling me that I'm gonna be okay.
Mm,
That I will grow, I'll come out even greater. So I decided to listen to the voice. So because of that, I wasn't depressed. I
oh wow.
wasn't, I wasn't, nah. I was always, fighting. It's easy to like,
It's not.
because okay. So another thing is that I'm a vain person, right? I asked God that this thing had not touched my beauty. Right? Because you
Oh my
need to
God.
see other stroke survivors, right? Their
Hmm.
mouth is bent, right?
Hmm.
Something must go wrong. Well, I fought it. Now, there's one thing that I didn't mention is that the stroke did not just happen.
Hmm.
The infection in my heart, right? It led when the vegetation went to my brain. It gave me leaky heart valve. Now,
Oh,
when you breathe, your heart opens completely and
Jesus.
and closes completely.
Hmm.
With me, opens completely but doesn't close
Close
completely.
completely.
It leaves a little part of
Of
for blood to drop. Right, I'm on medications for that, but I mean, it means that really, if I get pregnant today, it's high risk pregnancy,
yeah.
right? And if I want to do like IVF, right? You know they'll be injecting your tummy,
Yes.
all these things. Maybe it might it might trigger another thing,
Thing. Mm.
right? So the fact that all these things is happening, right? I've decided not to be sad.
Mm.
Instead, I'm doing a lot. Now, in 2018, my mom died. No, my mom died 2018, November 22nd. 2019, I launched my first book. It's
Mm.
called I Almost Died.
Wow.
Yes, I almost died. Right?
True.
And it
True.
was a story, my
Oh.
story, and
Mm.
12 other survivors.
Bibles.
Right? It was amazing. Then that same year, I launched my foundation, my Ability and Disability Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always going forward,
Mm.
right? I was always going until now. I'm always going forward. Now my what's it called? While dealing with all these burdens that no, these things that seem like a burden,
Burden.
right? I'm doing so much more. Now in on the 22nd, I'm launching my second book. It's for children. I
Mm.
mean, we tend to um what's it called? We tend to
Is it overlook?
overlook
Mm-hmm.
children instead of telling them the real deal. So for those that have died and the child is in their front, they would not have died, right?
Yeah.
So that's the mission that this book has, right? I'm doing it like I'm doing this in spite of the thoughts that comes,
Mm.
my mental health. Sometimes my mental health is 100 over 100. Sometimes is 0
Zero.
over 100. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when I think about it, I'm like, oh, okay, so this might happen. Well, I'm hoping for a miracle, but I'm not trying to put God into a test. Like
Mm.
I'm not trying to make myself what's that thing that I'm looking for. When
Mm.
you are doing a test that you are using a thing.
Like putting me under conditions or.
No, a test. I really I know the word, but it's not coming out, right?
I'm trying to get the word, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not trying to make myself a test for
Okay, for
God,
God.
right? So if they say high risk pregnancy, okay. If they say is something might come out when you do I remove your egg in
Mm-mm.
harvesting my egg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not trying to,
Mm.
so these things, these things, I have accepted a lot of things
Things.
to help me to manage my mental health.
Mm.
I've accepted it.
And I think when you were talking, you made mention of something about you actually fought for it. At least there was that resilience. There was
Yeah,
that, you know, I can't just go down like this.
yeah.
And to be honest, that's so commendable. That's you being very strong, honestly.
Thank
And
you.
like I said, it's very common. I'm so proud of you,
Thank
honestly.
you.
And that brings me to my next question about your mindset about when you are dealing with that situation. It's a lot, and you having that right mindset to things is something that is really commendable. Is that something that you actually talk about to people too, about who are going through stuff like this?
Of course. I always, that's why I'm a speaker,
Mm.
right? I share my story. 2023 May, I got married.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I know. He's a great guy, right?
Amazing.
I mean, why are you not living? I'm
Mm.
living my life, right? I'm going forward,
Mm.
right? I always tell people, like, I speak in companies, I speak to schools, right? I always mention that just because you had a stroke doesn't
Mm.
mean your life has ended. I
Amazing.
mean, people have cancer. They
Mm.
Some of them, they come out of it. Why? Because of their
Nice.
mindset.
Mm.
People come out of any, like, a lot of things. But those that are scared, or they're ignorant,
Yeah.
that's why i'm I'm out to share that information.
Mm.
When they see me, they're always like inspired.
Like there's hope here.
Yes, they like, one is, what's it called, one of this, the stroke survivor, um she tells me that, I mean, whenever she's sad on everything, she goes to my Instagram page and see what I'm doing,
Oh my
and
god.
she sees that I'm so beautiful. Oh, I do everything like
Honestly,
without
so
bothering.
inspiring. It's inspiring, honestly. It is. It
So
is.
that's it. That's why.
I think that's a good one. You know, you made mention when you were talking earlier, you talked about your cousins, your friends, your mom. So, like, how did the support you got from people around you shape you?
Well, amazing. Of
Mm.
course, I had some that I lost on the
Mm.
way,
Mm.
family and friends,
Mm.
right? But it doesn't matter. I forgive them because,
Yeah,
brother,
hear
this
it now. She has
life,
forgiven
yeah,
you.
no, this life is too short.
Right,
Honestly,
right, right.
I've taken, like, I've accepted a lot
Mm.
of things.
Mm.
I've accepted a lot of things, but the support, and even till now,
Wow.
it's been amazing.
Wow.
Honestly, it's been
Wow.
amazing. My friends in school,
Mm.
they all wanted to be a part until now. Now that
Mm.
I'm launching a book, do you think
Mm.
that is giving me
It's
money?
true,
Yeah,
true,
because
true.
what we want to do is distribute 5,000 plus to children of underserved
It
communities,
is.
right? The
Mm.
children that can't afford it,
Mm.
and we want to, have events, book reading events for them,
Mm.
right? Who do you think that? Oh, is oh, take this money. Oh, this, I'm so
Mm.
proud of you. Oh,
Oh my
this.
god. Even me, sef, like me right here, I'm actually proud of you. So much more people that are very close to your friends, like I'm sure they will be they're so proud of that. Yes, they can have we can't miss this beauty in this world now. Come on. Can't miss beauty. So that's really, really amazing. That's amazing. So what's just to wrap it up a bit and all,
Okay.
what advice will you give to somebody who is passing through health challenges, or that is going through that is going through this phase? Because like you said, at a young age you have to deal with all of this, um so many things, honestly. And what advice will you give to somebody that is you know going through some health challenges? It might not even be stroke, it might be any other thing, it can be a survivor of anything.
It might be depression.
Exactly, it might even be
It might
depression.
be. I'm telling you.
So what advice will you give to someone like that?
Don't give up
Mm.
and be patient. Now, this is how I see. This is how I see stroke. I see it as a a newborn baby, right? You see how children, newborn babies struggle to talk.
Mm.
That was that was me years
Wow.
ago. I was struggling to talk.
Wow.
Then you see children struggling to walk,
Mm.
to do anything. So that was me. But I mean, I'm getting there.
Mm.
I mean, if I when I walked into this place, I was limping.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't tell you, how
Yes.
would you know, right? So it's patience. I was patient,
Mm.
really, and that's the key thing. If and I'm not even talking about just stroke,
Mm.
right? Hypertension,
Mm.
diabetes. Be patient, and please change your lifestyle. Start living healthy.
Healthy.
It's grass. Yes, now that's what they call it now. That's me grass. No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no.
I must eat
It's
egusi. I must eat ogbolo and everything. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I ate. I indulge in
mm.
this plenty African food
Food.
and everything.
Mm.
This is grass and smoothie. you know. So I mean, then if you are struggling with depression, right?
Mm.
apart from, you know, seeing a professional,
Yeah.
right? Because when some people, they're going through a lot, I mean, I can't even help them,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
have to direct them to
To where they
professionals.
can get help.
Yeah, but for me, I have to say that have a positive mindset.
Sit.
There's
Mm.
nothing like that,
Mm. Mm.
because there were times that, I mean, I felt, in fact, yes, I had suicidal thoughts.
Mm.
I'm not talking about when I had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine. I'm talking about not recent,
Mm-hmm.
not this year, sometime last year.
Wow.
I thought about, let me just, oh, it wouldn't not be better,
Mm.
right? But I just thought about another thing, that what will happen to the people that I inspire,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
It keeps me going.
So,
Find
so sorry
something.
to cut you short a bit. Like, I think I want to be sure. Was it 9 years that you've been dealing with
9
this?
years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Thank you
9 years.
so much, Enna. That was like when you were talking about eating LD. I'm like, Tayo, catch us up, catch us up. Do you get? And it's something that I tried to want to do like this year, like eating LD, incorporating certain things into my
Fruits,
fruits, veggies into my
vegetables.
food, and the like. So I think now I'm going to be inspired. So this is me saying out there, like, you people look out for me, oh. Thank you so
Thank you
much, Enna.
too.
It's
Thank
so it's so
you.
nice having you here, and really you've dropped some insightful. Your story is really peculiar and is really inspiring, honestly. And honestly, we shouldn't miss this face in the world. Like, so I'm so
Thank you
proud of you.
so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, so we've gotten to the end of this podcast. I believe not just me, you've learned a lot from Enna's story, and it's so inspiring. It just shows how strong she is. If you're out there facing this kind of issues, there's always a community that can help. So I'd like you to share your comments if you have somebody that needs this, that really needs to learn one or two things from Enna's story, to have that positive
Exactly.
mindset, to have that, to have their mindset on a game, basically. So I think you have to share this with them. Honestly, they would learn a lot. So with that, please do well to subscribe, to share, to like, and comment, and let us know how this has been helpful to you. Thank you.
And they can actually contact me.
Oh,
Yeah, on my Instagram is the Queen Anna, THE_QUEENEENA, the Queen Anna. Then they can write to me on my email, maidfoundation@gmail.com. Maid is MAIDFOUNDATION then
amazing.
like all my social media, I mean, just contact me. I
This,
need and I love to meet you, please.
mhm.
Thank you.
All right. You've heard from the horse's mouth, so do well to do that. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in another episode. Bye.